What's up guys, it's Paralyzer here, and welcome to Zombies Map Reviews. In today's episode, we will be reviewing the Zombies map with Space Monkeys, Ascension. We will be ranking the map based on 3 criteria: features, replayability, and atmosphere. These are my opinions, so try not to take offense if they don't align with yours. While testing the map, I'll be going for a high round, beating all of the Easter eggs, and also playing a multiplayer game. Ascension is part of the First Strike DLC, which is the first DLC in Black Ops 1. This map takes place in an abandoned Soviet Cosmodrome within the Soviet Union. Our crew travels here in 1963 from Kino using a lunar lander to recover Richthofen's diary. Their goal is to free a Soviet scientist who was part of the Ascension group named Gersh from the Casimir mechanism. Now that the basics of the story are covered, let's move into the important part, the review, starting with our first category, features. First, let's talk about perks. This map introduces not 1, but 2 brand new perks to zombies. The first is Stamina, which costs 2,000 points and allows players to run faster and for longer periods of time. This was hugely important as training was a big part of zombie strategy now, and this perk helped with that massively. The second perk introduced on this map is a fan favourite, PhD Flopper. This perk also costs 2,000 points and makes it so that the player takes 0 damage from their own explosives. It also makes it so that dolphin diving from high up areas creates an explosion, killing zombies. This perk is amazing for certain weapons like the ray gun and the Mustang and Sally's, as it makes them much easier to use. While 2 perks are added, 1 is also removed, with double tap not appearing on this map for some reason. Although this was double tap 1.0, so it isn't really missed at all, to be honest, especially because it has no impact on the most important weapon in this map, the Thunder Gun. This is the wonder weapon used as it makes its return from Kino. What is there to say other than everyone loves this weapon? But there were still new weapons added within this map, as it adds both Gersh devices and Matryoshka dolls. Gersh devices, when thrown, will create a black hole, sucking in and killing all nearby zombies. If the player jumps in, they'll be teleported to a random location on the map, whereas the Matryoshka dolls, when thrown, will begin exploding in a chain reaction, getting smaller with each explosion. The Gersh devices are amazing and very powerful. The dolls, not so much. There is one final new weapon on this map, the Sickle. This replaces the Bowie knife, but acts the exact same. It just looks different. This was a cool addition, but nothing groundbreaking. Our next feature, however, is groundbreaking. It's the Space Monkeys. The max ammo round yet again saw the Hellhounds replaced, this time for monkeys from space. These little buggers will attack the perk machines, and if they do it for long enough, it will take away whichever perk it's attacking from all players. These rounds can be really tough, as these guys don't even die in a single Thunder Gun shot. However, the big plus to these rounds is that if you complete them without a monkey touching a single perk, then they drop a perk bottle. This is a brand new drop added in Ascension that, when picked up, gives every player a perk for free. Not only this, but if the player has 4 perks, they still receive it, making this the first map to allow players beyond the 4 perk limit. When it comes to Pack-a-Punch in this map, it's practically identical to Der Riese. In order to unlock it, you have to fly 3 lunar landers back to spawn, and then press a button, launching a rocket into the sky. Fun fact, if you have a ray gun or other explosives, you can destroy this rocket mid-takeoff, giving the player a double points power-up. Once the rocket is taken off, the player can access a new area containing the Pack-a-Punch machine. Just like in Der Riese, the machine can be used at all times, and zombies will come from 3 sides, in front and on either side. When it comes to Easter eggs, well, let me tell you, this map is the one. This is the first main quest Easter egg on any map ever. Let that sit for a second. This Easter egg can only be done with 4 players, and as part of this review, I did of course complete it, and let me tell you, the hardest part of the Easter egg is getting all of the wonder weapons from the box in order to do the last step. The rest of it was really easy. The basics of this Easter egg are that you have to complete 5 nodes to eventually free Gersh. This rewards the player with a 90-second death machine, which would be cool if it wasn't for the fact you can't put it away, and the death machine is trash in BO1. In terms of other Easter eggs, this map also contains a music Easter egg, which is activated by interacting with 3 sickle-wielding teddy bears. You can also find Matryoshka dolls of our 4 characters, which when interacted with will give funny quotes. These quotes change based on which character interacts with them. There are also 3 red telephones around the map, which can be activated when they start ringing to get quotes from the characters on 5. To get these phones to ring, different challenges must be completed, like obtaining the ray gun or during a fire sale one of them rings. Overall, this map took features to a whole new level compared to the rest. It has 2 new perks, a new power-up that breaks the 4 perk limit, a new dog round enemy, 2 new pieces of equipment, and a main Easter egg quest. Talk about jam-packed. I have to give this map an 8.5 out of 10, which is the highest score for features yet. It simply does more than any other map has so far, so for that reason it deserves the highest score. This map sets the tone for what all Zombies maps should do, and it introduced the main quest for the first time ever. Next up we have replayability. I typically like to split this into 2 sections, Easter eggs and high rounds. Let's start with the high rounds. This map has very few good camping spots, but with Kino being so heavy on training, people had started to improve. This map only furthered that, as it's probably one of the easiest Zombies maps to train on, especially in the early games. For high rounds, this map is extremely easy, and the monkeys are probably the most challenging part, as you don't want to lose all your perks, especially not if you've worked hard to get them all using the perk bottles. This map also provides a wide array of perks, allowing players to try out different combinations to see which best fits their playstyle. When it comes to the Easter egg, this is a lot of fun. It's cool to see things happen in the game that you don't expect. Almost like you're discovering a complete secret story inside of a game which you never thought possible. The biggest issue I have with this main quest is that it does require 4 players, which I'm not a huge fan of as I have no friends sadly. Overall, this map is amazing for high rounds as it's one of the easiest maps to learn on and thus can be easily used to achieve high rounds, although this does mean there isn't too much challenge involved. The Easter egg is fun and unique, with most steps being simple and just requiring basic team coordination. Thus, this map has to get a 7.5 out of 10, as I think it's the most replayable map that we've played so far. No other map has a main Easter egg quest, no other map makes training so easy, and thus no other map is as replayable as this one. Finally, we have to rank Ascension based on its atmosphere. Sadly, this is where I think the map lacks the most. I think having a map set at a Cosmodrome is cool, especially with the interactable rocket. I think the lunar landers are a nice addition, allowing fast travel whilst also making sense and fitting the theme perfectly, but I just don't feel the connection. It doesn't have the same feel like a map like 5 does, or the same level of creepiness as a Verrucht. The biggest redeeming quality is probably the space monkeys. They genuinely make this map have a much better atmosphere because they are so on theme. For these reasons, I'm going to give Ascension a 5 out of 10 for atmosphere. It just doesn't click with me. Overall, Ascension scores an 8.5 for features, a 7.5 for replayability, and a 5 for atmosphere, giving it an overall score of 7 out of 10, which is B tier. This map is a huge step up in the Zombies game mode and introduces some key features, including the main quest and additional perks. It's a shame that the map doesn't vibe with me on the same level as 5, otherwise it would be a smash hit in all 3 areas. That's all for the review. Let me know what you think of Ascension in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, then please leave a like on it. I'll see you in the next Zombies video. Have a great rest of your day.